Hello, my name is Jerry Adak. I'm a web developer with 20 years experience. I mainly work in Windows, Microsoft.NET, SQL Server environment, etc. I've been a user of ASP Runner and ASPRunner.net since 2008. In my opinion, it is an awesome product. Today, I want to show you how we can make our add and edit forms smarter by using JavaScript API and the setProxyValue method. This technique is the same for PHP Runner, ASP Runner, and ASPRunner.net. The JavaScript API allows us to work with controls on the form and are available in the JavaScript onload event of the appropriate page. We use the setProxyValue method to pass values from your database to JavaScript and then use those values in JavaScript. All this can be found in your user manual. However, to help you along, I will demonstrate how I use these techniques. So here we have a simple database. We have two main tables. One is products. We have product location, and my diagram will show you how I'm using a foreign key to leverage a drop-down list for location. So on the products table, what I want users to do is add products and then tell us whether the product is stocked, and if so, where in what location is the product stocked. The product name and description will be mandatory or required, and that's it. So I'm going to jump over to the application and show you. So I have two versions of the same table, same set of pages. Everything's identical except one is using the JavaScript and the set proxy value, and the other one is not. So let's go and look at scenario one, no JavaScript. So when I add a record, like I said, I want product name and description to be required, and I want a location to be required only if we select stocked. So in this case, I couldn't make location required using ASP Runner under the edit controls because sometimes you're not going to have a selection. So what happens is I could go ahead and add a product, product 5, and I'll say description here. In this case, I could save the record, no problem. I could also check this and save the record, no problem. I could also not check this and pick something here without a problem. So in this case, I'm just going to demonstrate what could happen. Now this is something I don't want to happen, but I can't stop it at this point. So that record has been saved right here, product 5. Now when I edit the page, again, this is selected, which would tell me that there must be a value here, but it's not. So if I deselect that and I save it, now there's no stock, there's no location, that's fine. Now when I edit it again, I don't want to see this. I only want to see this when stocked is checked. So let's go back to the scenario with JavaScript. So now when I add a record, you notice that the location is not shown. And it will only be shown when I click stocked. And not only that, it's required now. Deselect that, and I test, and I can go ahead and save that record. That's fine. If I edit the record, notice that again, there's nothing showing here because this is not selected. If it is selected, now I'm forced to add a location. So I think you understand, you get the idea. Now how do we do this? Here are the two tables I referred to. And I'll just pop right through here and we'll get right to the right to the events. So on the product one table, the one without JavaScript, the only thing regarding events I have is when I add records, I'm going to pass in who added it and when they added it. And likewise on the edit page, I'm doing the same thing, but no JavaScript. On the products table with the JavaScript, a little different. So again, I have this going on for when a record's added, you're going to pass your added and added by to the database. And also, we added a JavaScript onload event. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating two variables. I'm getting the stocked field and the location. And I'm also, by default, when you enter the page, I'm going to hide the location field. So right off the rip, you're not going to see it. Then what I'm going to do is when I change the value of the checkbox to on, it's going to show the field. And then I'm also going to add validation. So you're forced to select. Or if I unselect the box, deselect, we're going to hide it and remove the value, validation. And we'll set the value to nothing. So that's pretty cool. Now, you can't just do that on the edit page. The edit page is a little different. The edit page has the same JavaScript, so the same functionality will work, but we had to add an extra piece. We had to add the proxy value of stocked. And what this is going to do is when the page loads, it's going to know whether the stock checked is checked yes or no. So 1 equals yes, a 0 would mean no. So if it is checked, if it's not checked, excuse me, we are going to hide location. That's loading the page. But how do we get that proxy value? That's where we do before display. So before display, we are going to create the value, the proxy value of stocked, and we're going to use the values of stocked. Okay, so this syntax could be found in the manual, but sometimes it's easier just to see it. So what that's going to do now is going to give me the value so I can use it here. And then once that happens, when I start checking or unchecking the box, these will kick in and work appropriately. One more thing I did, before the record was updated, I wanted to double check and make sure if the value stocked is 0, that means it's unchecked. I want to make sure there's no value in the location regardless. So I just want to empty it out no matter what. And then I also want to say if it is checked and there's nothing in the value of locations, I'm going to not save the record and I'm going to give you a message say please select a location. So I think that pretty much covers all the bases. So back to my list here. So let's demonstrate a few of these things. So I'm going to say yep, save. Oh, got to do that. Do that. We're good. So no matter what, I can't make a mistake. I'm pretty much I took a form and I made it smart. There you go. I can't do that. So there's an example of, let's go back. It's checked. I checked that. Uncheck that. How do we do this? Oh, there you go. So I can't make a mistake. Isn't that awesome? So anyways, I think that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, let us know and we'll do some more. Thanks.